You're about to waste $5. Again, but this time, that $5 could either vanish or turn into $500,000. Meet two versions of you. Same job, same paycheck, same $5 in their hand at 6:40 p.m. Version 1 buys the drink, the scratch ticket, feels something for 10 minutes, forgets it by tomorrow. Version 2 walks out, opens an app, moves $5 into a fund that owns a piece of almost every big company in America. No opinion, no stress, just done. Same $5, two different lives, and it starts today. You're 25. You put in $5 a day. That's about $150 a month. After 1 year, you've put in around $1,800. Your account says $1,900. You made $75. Your coworker hears this and laughs. $75? I make that in an afternoon. He's not wrong. He buys lunch out, a drink every night, a scratch ticket when the jackpot gets loud. Roughly $5 a day in tiny pleasures he can't name later. You feel slightly stupid, like you planted one seed and called it a farm. But here's the truth. This year wasn't about the $75. It was about building a habit nobody can see. Imagine two friends both get $1,800 this year. One spends it on 360 small things. The other turns it into a tiny machine that starts working for them. That machine is your account. 5 years in, you're 30. You've put in about $9,000. Your balance, around $11,000. The market added $2,000 while you lived your life. Then a friend shows you a screenshot, some random coin, up 400% in a week. He says, "Your boring fund makes in a year what this makes before lunch. Stop being a coward." It's tempting. It looks like speed, like a shortcut. But you've seen this shape before. Small money, big promise, no time in between. That's the exact same feeling as the scratch ticket at the counter. 3 months later, that coin is down 90%. He stops talking about it. You keep doing the most boring thing a person can do with money. Show up every day with $5. Think of it like this. Your friend is sprinting as fast as he can in the wrong direction. You're walking slowly toward the finish line. 10 years in, you're 35. Balance around $27,000. You've put in $18,000. Headlines scream crash. Your balance falls by a third. On paper, you lose more in a few weeks than you earned all year at your job. Your friend who sold everything last time says, "I saw it coming. I'm in cash now. Safe." You don't sell. You don't even open the app. You just let the number fall, and you keep sending that $150 a month, buying the same fund while it's cheaper than it's been in years. You're not brave. You're just bored enough to do nothing. And in finance, doing nothing is the rarest skill of all. Imagine a sale at your favorite store. Everything is 30% off. Most people panic and leave. You keep buying the same stuff. At a discount. 15 years in, you're 40. Balance around $52,000. You've put in $27,000. For the first time, the account holds more money than you ever fed it. Up to now, you were pushing a stone uphill, $5 at a time. Now, the stone is rolling on its own. Your only job is to not stand in front of it. A coworker gets laid off. No savings, no cushion. One missed paycheck from panic. You have a number you've never touched, sitting quietly in the background. That $5 was never just about retirement. It was always a wall between you and a bad year that ends in disaster. It's like having a spare tire. Then it's the difference between being stuck and driving home. 20 years in, you're 45. Balance around $89,000. You've put in $36,000. For the first time, the money the market gives you in a year is starting to rival what you put in. Your account has begun working a second job you never assigned it. At a reunion, someone pulls up in a car that costs more than you make in a year. Someone else talks loudly about a watch. You drive the same paid-off car you've had for 8 years, the one that owes you nothing. Your old coworker, the one who laughed at your $75, asks, half joking, "You ever do anything with that little app?" You tell him you stuck with it. He asks how much is in there. You tell him. The table goes quiet. You change the subject. The $5 was never loud. It was the one thing in the room that never needed to be. It's like two runners. One sprints early, burns out, and stops. The other jogs and keeps going until they're the only one left on the track. 25 years in, you're 50. Balance around $144,000. You've put in $45,000. The account tripled it without asking permission. 30 years in, you're 55. Balance around $226,000. You've put in $55,000. The other $170,000? Time. This is the year the math flips for good. The account now grows more in a strong year than you could ever add by hand. You've become a passenger to your own balance. The thing you built is now bigger than the building of it. 40 years in, you're 65. Balance, about $531,000. Here's the breakdown. You put in $73,000. Growth, $458,000. You did not get lucky. You did not pick a winner. You did not time anything. You skipped a scratch ticket and a cold can 40,000 times in a row and let the smallest possible amount sit in the most boring possible place for the longest possible time. Think of it like a snowball. At first it's tiny. You push it, then gravity takes over. The hill does the work. You just don't stop pushing. Right now, headlines say most people your age have almost nothing saved. That retirement dream is slipping away. You're an ordinary earner. Same job, same salary, same rent, same traffic. The only thing you did differently, you refused a scratch ticket and a cold can quietly for 40 years and routed the difference into the most unremarkable fund in existence. Your friends talk about retirement like a cliff they're being marched toward. You talk about it like weather, something that arrives whether you worry or not. It's like two people in a storm. One panics, runs around, gets soaked. The other just opened an umbrella 40 years ago. Somewhere right now, it's 6:40 p.m. Someone is holding a $5 bill, energy drink, scratch ticket. They'll scratch it in the parking lot. It'll be nothing. They already know it'll be nothing. They're not doing anything wrong. $5 is nothing. That's the trap and the door. The $5 is too small to matter, which is exactly why almost no one keeps it, and exactly why it quietly decides everything for the few who do. You were never going to feel the $5 either way. You only ever got to choose what it was turning you into while you weren't paying attention. Tonight, you have a choice. Open a brokerage app. Pick a total market index fund. Automate $5 a day. Never touch it. Your future self is watching this moment. What version of you are they seeing? Start your $5 habit tonight.